This is a review of the Anker SoundCore Sport XL portable Bluetooth speaker. Inside the box, you'll find this nicely designed speaker that weighs in at 1 pound, 3.1 ounces. It's rated to IP67, which means it's dust tight and waterproof with submersion to 1 meter of depth, or 39 inches, for up to 1 hour. In addition, you'll find a 5-inch lanyard loop, a 24-inch charging cable that has a USB connector on one end and a micro USB connector on the other, and a welcome guide with brief instructions inside. Let's talk a little bit about the features of the speaker. First of all, it's very rugged and robust, and it's waterproof, dustproof, and somewhat shockproof. It's a 16-watt stereo system with two 8-watt speaker outputs, and it has dual subwoofer outputs. It comes with Bluetooth 4.1, and it has an amazing range of 66 feet. It has a built-in microphone that you can use to accept and make phone calls, and it has a powerful internal battery that has 15 hours of playtime. The battery itself is rated at 5,200 milliamp hours. That's a pretty powerful battery for a speaker this size. It has a charging time of 3 to 4 hours, and it can be charged at 5 volts DC at 2 amps. It also has a USB output on the back, which I'll show in a second, and it outputs 5 volts DC at 2 amps, which means you can take that output and charge a device if you'd like to in the case of an emergency. You might have heard the speaker just kind of chirp. It has an auto off after 10 minutes, so it just shut itself off. In my testing, the speaker had very, very good and loud volume. Very, very strong and solid. I would say actually powerful sound. Strong bass, clean treble. On the top here you'll see 3 LEDs. Those are battery life indicators showing the amount of charge. All 3 LEDs, that means the battery's 65 to 100% charged. 2 LEDs lit means 35 to 65. 1 LED lit means 5 to 35. And if you have 3 LEDs flashing, it means it's less than 5%. By pressing the play button, you can light up the lights and check the power indication of the batteries. Here you can see the blue LED. That means that the speaker is paired to a smart device. If the blue LED is flashing, it means it's in the pairing mode. Across the top here you'll have the power on button, which you have to press for 1 minute to turn it on. Here's the volume down and the volume up. This is play pause. And here is the Bluetooth pairing button. Here the blue LED is the Bluetooth indicator, which will tell you whether it's an auxiliary, Bluetooth, or pairing mode. If I press the play button, you can see the LEDs come on and show the battery level. And then here you have the tie bracket for the lanyard. Back here you'll see this movable diaphragm. It's covered in metal. This is a passive subwoofer. If I pop this cover up, I break the watertight seal. I'll pull this down. This is a USB output port that you can use to charge your device at 5 volts DC and 2 amps, an auxiliary input port, and the speaker did not come with an auxiliary cable, I should point that out. And here is a micro USB input to charge the internal battery at 5 volts and up to 2 amps DC. After you get through charging this or using this, make sure you push this down and tightly seal it. That assures that the speaker is watertight. One of the things that you should be careful of, I would think, that you don't want to carry this and be pressing on this too much. It does move, it's on a diaphragm, you don't want to damage it. I'm going to play a couple pieces of music here just to give you an idea of the sound quality. I have to tell you, I'm very impressed with the power of the sound output. I've seen a couple reviews that say the sound output's not good. This thing is much more powerful than you would think it would be. Here we go. As you can see, the volume's quite loud. The treble is excellent. You can hear the soprano hit every note. It's so loud, in fact, that if I was standing in front of it like I am now, it's difficult to carry on a conversation. That's why I had to pause it to make my statement. Here's a piece of music that's a different tone. Let's just see how it sounds. As you can see, it has good treble and good bass. If I have a minor complaint, I think the bass at sometimes sounds just a little bit muted, but it's still very good. As I mentioned, the speaker has Bluetooth 4.1 with a transmission distance of 60 feet. I walked about 55 feet away in a basement and was shooting through 1 and 2 walls and had no problems at all. This is a very good speaker. It even comes with an 18-month warranty. Here we have a little water test. This certainly isn't 1 meter of depth, but I just want to show that the speaker is waterproof. I'm going to play some music and drop it in there. You're going to hear it mute because now instead of pushing air, you're pushing water, which is much heavier and denser than the air is, but it doesn't damage the speaker at all. Here we go. There you can see it submerged. Imagine that's your swimming pool. Somebody knocked it in, you go, oh my gosh. Take it out. What you're going to see is after you take it out, it's going to sound a little funny. That's because the ports have water in them and the back here is full of water. But you know, it's nothing that a little toweling can't take care of. After I took the speaker out of the water, of course it sounded a bit muffled because it had water in the front here on the grill. It also had water on the back of the speaker in the subwoofer. And all I did was dry it a little bit, let it sit for about 3 minutes. And to play it again, here now you can see if there's a difference. And as you can see, it sounds the same as it did before. I'd like to point out that this isn't designed to play underwater. It's designed to be accidentally submerged and retrieved without damaging the speaker, and it passed that test with flying colors. I want to point out that I did do a phone test. I had the music on full volume. I had somebody call me. The phone chirped on the speaker. I touched the play button, accepted the call. The music stopped, and I took the call over the speaker. They heard me perfectly, and I could hear them. And when they hung up, it went back to playing music exactly where it stopped. This is an excellent speaker. I like it a lot. I gave it 5 stars. This review is done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you that I've received a sample for test and evaluation, and I didn't promise a review, but I promised if I gave one, it would be fair and honest.